Sorry about that. So today I would like to review The Girl Next Door by Jack Ketchum, which is one of my favorite horror novels. Now I know I keep saying these are my favorite, but I like to review novels that I really enjoyed. And this one was written by Jack Ketchum. Jack Ketchum was the pseudonym, the pen name of Dallas Mayer. And one of my great regrets is that I never got to attend a con and meet him. From all accounts, he was a wonderful man. He was very generous with his time. He was very talented, and he was always willing to mentor and work with young writers. And he would read your manuscript if you gave it to him. He'd give you feedback. Like he was just that kind of guy. He was really generous and outgoing. And so, I'm sorry, my nose is running. Anyway, so The Girl Next Door was published in 1989, and there was a film version in 2007. Now, the same year, a non-fiction version of the story called An American Crime came out. Now, both An American Crime and The Girl Next Door are based on the story of Sylvia Likens, who was a teenager in Indiana in the early 1960s. In 1965, the family friend that she was staying with, she and her sister were staying there while her parents, who were traveling carnies, they were out of town. And the woman she was staying with and the woman's children and a couple of neighborhood kids tied Sylvia up in the basement and tortured and eventually murdered her over a period of time. And it was a devastating case. It was just a terrible thing. So, in the story, Sylvia's character's named Meg, and Ruth is the woman she's staying with. Her sister's name's Susan. And it's told from the perspective of Davy, who lives next door to Ruth. And he's got a crush on Meg. And so Meg moves in, and at first it's pretty idyllic. It's small town. They catch crawdads, and they play tag in the woods, and they go to the carnival, and it's really ordinary stuff. But then this darkness starts to seep into the story. And you have kind of two running things that happen. The first is that the kids start to just push the boundaries and push the boundaries. And the other is that Davy's got a crush on Meg, and the kids are pushing the boundaries. But through Ruth abusing her and the kids pushing her out as a person, she starts to lose her humanity and it's a really subtle thing that happens. So, as you start to see her being abused more and more, there's mounting tension, but at the same time there's this apathy that starts to kick in. And the way that Ketchum draws the story is really, really subtle and really, really well done. But also, I mean, it's shocking, and it's sad. It's just so sad. And where I found it brilliant, but also really gut-wrenching. I don't think I'm ever going to recover from reading this book. You get really angry with Davy. You wonder why he doesn't do anything. You wonder why he doesn't go and tell somebody. You wonder why he doesn't participate, but he also just, he doesn't do anything. He doesn't stop them. He doesn't try to set her free. He doesn't, we're used to seeing heroes. Even the modern concept of this final girl, she takes her captor and she kicks him in the nuts and she gets Lucifer bonds, or the cop comes in at the last minute and saves everybody. And you're kind of waiting for this to happen, and it just never does. And at the end, it's just so, so devastating. And you just wonder, why didn't Davy do something? And that's where Ketchum is so brilliant because, I mean, this girl was tortured for fun, for entertainment, and everybody just sort of stood around and did nothing. But that's exactly what we're doing as a horror audience. And without ever saying anything outright, Ketchum implicates all of us in the violence. And you start to rethink your position as an audience member and as a reader, and why this is entertainment. and it's just so, it's so well written, and the characters are so well drawn, and I give it a 5 out of 5 stars. Like I said, it's one of my favorite books, and I could talk about it all day, but I'm going to run out of camera space, unfortunately. The 2007 movie does stick pretty close to the events of the book, if you'd like to watch the movie. Again, it's quite harrowing. The actress who plays Ruth does a great job. She's absolutely brutal. And the kid actors are really, really good, too. So I'm going to leave it there, but I hope you're doing lots of reading, and I hope you're having a great Halloween, and have a great day.